So in this episode of Dragon Ball Super, Koala Bugman explains that the Superhuman water was this weapon that their people created to like absorb their enemies to make like these crazy powerful warriors, but then like it kind of like absorbs their spirit and made it like all corrupt and evil, and now it's really dangerous. So like it apparently it absorbed Grill's gang, and made like a copy of him, and now took that form, and that's like now like the physical form of the Superhuman water. And Grill's gang pretty much fade away and disappeared and poof. So after that explanation, Gotenks, or Goten and Trunks, fuse into Gotenks to fight Copy Vegeta. Copy Vegeta completely wrecks their shit. Goku senses they're fighting, shows up. Now they're about to fight. Episode over. So much to my surprise, apparently there were a lot of people who thought the last episode was pretty good. Episode 44, like a lot of people like enjoyed that one. Apparently thought that there wasn't anything really wrong with it, called me a nitpicker, blah, 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 all that generic bullshit that I usually hear on a weekly basis. I don't see the appeal. I thought last week's episode was bland. I barely had anything to really talk about. And this week, I have even less to talk about. This episode was completely uninspired and boring. Nothing really happened. It was all just a lot of exposition for this water thing, which really isn't water. It's basically like the Pokemon muck that just kind of absorbs and copies people. But it's this big purple blob monster. And it's this long, huge exposition explaining it and what the fuck it does. And then a fight scene that's kind of not really a fight scene because, Gotenks is so completely outmatched. Like, wow, way to really make these characters relevant now. It's just, they can't harm Copy Vegeta whatsoever. And then, like I said, Goku shows up, and that's the end of the episode, and there is nothing here. There's nothing. It's boring. I got nothing out of this. There's the whole, Copy Vegeta, he has Vegeta's spirit to him, so, he can't be controlled by the Superhuman water, and when the Superhuman water tells him to do shit, Copy Vegeta's like, hey, fuck you, man, and like attacks the Superhuman water's physical manifestation. And then Copy Vegeta plans on fighting Goku one-on-one, like, because he's Vegeta, basically. Yeah, haven't we already been through this, with Vegeta? It was called the Majin Buu arc, where we had Majin Vegeta, and he was all like, I'm not gonna take orders from anyone, because, like, I'm Vegeta, I'm all strong-willed, I'm a strong independent Saiyan, I don't need no master. Yeah, we've already been down this road. And the thing is, though, like, I'm not opposed to, like, a Dragon Ball story rehashing an old idea, but it's doing it in a shittier way, because it's not even the real Vegeta this time. It's like a copy of Vegeta, so I guess it's like, Vegeta's such a badass that not even his replicas will fucking take shit from people, I guess. The whole thing seems bland and uninspired. The action wasn't, there wasn't really anything to talk about. It didn't look bad. Once again, it's another fine-looking episode. It wasn't super on model, but it wasn't bad at any point as far as I was concerned, animation-wise. Which, by the way, keep in mind, whenever we get that really bad-looking Trunks Saga episode, just think back to this episode and all the talent that was wasted on it that could have gone to a future Trunks episode that's really important and cool that will probably end up looking like shit. Just remember that. I want you guys to remember that, and I want you to feel my anger. But yeah, it's just, this is a terrible filler arc. It really is. I mean, if you guys are enjoying it, fine, whatever, to each their own. I am getting absolutely nothing out of, like, this little filler arc. Everyone seems to be under this idea that I just despise Dragon Ball Super. Nothing in Dragon Ball Super will ever make me happy. I liked a lot of episodes from the fucking Champa arc. I liked the majority of the Champa arc. I thought it was pretty damn entertaining, all things considered. And this is nothing. This is fluff. This is like the fucking fake Namek arc. Except I think maybe the fake Namek arc actually had like some interesting visuals to it. I'm not even sure I could say that this has interesting visuals. We're on like Rock Planet with purple cum monsters and a koala beetle. Honestly, the koala beetle is like the most interesting thing in this entire arc, just because he's very distinctly weird looking. Everything else, man, fuck this arc. That's all I can say. I have nothing of value to say because this episode has nothing of value. This is such a bad episode. It was so bland. It was so boring. I don't know. Like, if you guys... Okay, we're going to do a little thing. If you like this episode, please write me like a 5-paragraph thing explaining what it is specifically about this episode that you enjoyed. What were you getting out of this? Because I don't see anything character related that, you know, like any type of cool character stuff that you could take away from this. I'm not seeing like really interesting, you know, story concepts to take away from this. There wasn't really any good action. You know, there wasn't any comedy. There's like the Jocko joke where like his boosters thing ran out, but that's like a tiny scene in a 22-minute episode. So if you enjoyed this, please, you know, instead of yelling at me for not liking it, please explain yourself. Tell me why you found this enjoyable, because I don't understand. I don't see what anyone would get out of this. This was such a bad fucking episode. Shit. This could have been cool. That's the thing that pisses me off. This could have been like, you cut Goku out of it, like Goku's completely oblivious to the whole thing, and you just had to deal with, like, Gotenks trying to deal with a copy Vegeta. You know, maybe you, like, scale down, like, copy Vegeta's power a little bit so that way they could have an actual fight. You know, and give Gotenks something to do and have him not just be kind of, like, this little sideline character. Because, like, I mean, this whole little filler arc started because of, you know, like, Goten and Trunks, you know, going inside of Monaka's delivery truck. That's the only reason this is even happening. So you would think like, oh, this is going to be a Goten and Trunks focused little filler arc. That could be kind of cool. You know, give them a little something to do. Nope. They are there to get their asses kicked and to be saved by Goku. Because that's what Goten and Trunks do and every character do now. Even in the filler arcs, they know. Yeah, you ever back like during the Garlic Jr. arc where like everyone just kind of shits on that arc, but you know, it's like the one arc of the entire franchise where Goku's just completely MIA, you know, and the other characters have to make do without him to the point where even God and Popo were being active participants. Yeah, you know, Kuririn and Gohan had like meaningful roles in it, and so did Piccolo, and they had to just use their own abilities and their own powers to actually overcome a threat. Remember that? That was cool. That was interesting because at very least it took Goku out of the equation and made these lower tier characters do something on their own. Made them fight their own fights. And here, even in Goten and Trunks' own filler arc, they don't even get to do that. Yeah, this episode blew.